involved? जो बात है इतने सारे लोगों के ठीक है. Earlier I was just walking around, there were barely 5 or 10 people. Now there are like 40, 50 people. That's good. Okay. First of all, thank you for that intro, brother. Unfortunately, that's also a failed intro. It was a bittersweet one, yeah. I failed 4 times as an entrepreneur. You put down only 2. It's like taking over 50 centuries from Sachin Tendulkar's account. Right? At that point, there's no better than Sehwag, right? Baap baap hota hai, beta beta hota hai. Right? So, in fact, the other beautiful thing about this FailFest, the entire organizing thing was, when they asked me, I said okay and all of that, then they sent me a huge list of, Google form. It felt like filling out a social studies exam sheet. Right? Itna lamba tha. I was like, मैं नहीं कर सकता ये सब. Then they somehow figured it out. After that, they sent me another long document. Apparently, it's a list of do's and don'ts. अरे भाई इतने सारे do's and don'ts पता होता तो successfully होता ना, failure क्यों होता? So, I sincerely wish someone gave me that list when I was working on my startup. Anyway, again, as I mentioned, I have 4 failures across 14 years of my journey so far, and yet to taste success. So that's probably why I'm the first one speaking here. Thoda OCD है, so just bear with me. So my first company was called Sadahak. Another part of the intro was I did my master from Boston University, but the reality is I did my bachelor's and master's both from Boston University. I'm a computer engineer trained in embedded systems. That was my specialization. आराम से चिप कंपनी में काम कर रहा था बॉस्टन में. At some point I got really bored and then I thought चलो देश को बदलते हैं. तो तभी स्वदेश मूवी देख रहा था. हम जी क्या करें अमेरिका में बैठ कर. तो ये जो देश फिर मेरा पुकारा था, तो मैं आ गया. So I took the next Airbus and started something called Sadahak. This was at the peak of India against corruption movement. If you all remember, I think most of us are young enough to remember that. Right? So it was at the peak of that. There was radia tape happening and all kinds of nonsense happening in this country, and we sitting in the US. All that, I was 23 back then, armed with computer engineering degree. बहुत सारा चीज जानता था मैं. So I just came back. I thought, एक वेबसाइट बना देंगे, देश बदल जाएगी. तो आ गया, वेबसाइट चालू कर दिया, and everyone in the country, ठीक है, everyone is an exaggeration, but a lot of people who are the least in journalism then, the likes of Rajiv Sardesai or Shekhar Gupta, that at least who contributed, who are the leading journalists and all of that, every one of them loved what we were doing. Columbia Journalism School में, City University of New York Journalism School में, we became case study because we had some of the most brilliant innovations in the journalism space. Unfortunately for us, in fact, fortunately, given all the beautiful things that we've done, we scaled to 1 million monthly active users in 2014. It was a dream for a lot of big companies. We were amongst the top 1,000 websites in the entire world, not just India. Utna sara traction bhi mila tha. But then, again, we were 24, 25. The dream is always that of becoming the next Mark Zuckerberg. सबके पास ड्रीम वही होता था. And हम पैसे नहीं बनाएंगे, हम कंपनी ग्रो करेंगे, we'll burn $100 million and then we'll become a $1 billion or 1 billion user company and then we'll start making money. आराम से कर लेंगे, कोई दिक्कत. Unfortunately, we were in the wrong space, we were in the wrong country, we were in the wrong time and everything else. Alongside that, again, it was a journalism platform, so eventually we were bound to meddle with a few people, for the lack of a better word, right? We did that. Everyone, then, we ruffled a lot of different feathers and eventually we had to shut shop. Our peak was in July 2015 when we hit 1 million monthly active users and we shut shop in September 2015. So that's whiff of a fall for us. All of this, the fundamental facts of it was, हम बड़े लोगों से झगड़ा कर रहे थे, we were ruffling all kinds of feathers, but beyond all of that, the simple fact of the matter was we never ended up making money. धंधा चलाना है तो पैसा बनाना है, देश बदलना है, सब होता रहे, लेकिन जब तक पैसा नहीं होगा बैक इकोनॉमी गिरेगा. That was our first learning. Then same technology, we are some of the most beautiful technology in the entire world. In fact, we were competing with the likes of Medium.com. For those in the know, Medium.com was the pinnacle of user experience in terms of how performant things were, how beautiful things appeared, how beautiful things were rendered, all of that. We were competing with them. That was the kind of technology prowess we had. So we said, why dump all of this technology? चल कुछ और करते हैं, something light-hearted. So we moved on to something called कहानियाँ, जहाँ पर anyone can come in and start writing stories. The whole premise was very simple. In today's day and age, publishers are a dying breed. All the bookstores are selling off. Fortunately, these days some of them are coming back. But all of the publishers were dying. अगर तुझे writer बनना है तो कहाँ जाओगे, क्या करोगे? And that was especially true for vernacular people. मतलब जो तेलुगु में लिखते थे, जो हिंदी में लिखते थे, where do they go? Where do they publish? How do they tell their stories to the world? So we thought, chalo, let's adapt the platform, the technology that we had for something more interesting and fun. So उसमें we designed a model where we would charge money from day one. तुझे कुछ पढ़ना है हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म पे तो ₹1 देके पढ़ लो. So from the point where we were just going to change the world and change the country to चलो अब पैसा बनाते हैं. But ₹1 चार्ज करके कितने करोड़ों लोग को पढ़ना है, कितने करोड़ों बार पढ़ना है to make enough money to sustain it. Eventually we went through the journey, we figured out, there are different aspects of it, and the beauty of it is we discovered some amazing writers, people who would have never seen the light of day if not for that platform. Some of them have now become the heads of content at OTT platforms like Z5 and Sony Live, etc. Some of them have become directors of national level shows like one of those shows I don't remember anymore. That's how old I've been anyway. So we've given life to writers, directors, etc. in the market, and as we were scaling it, Murphy's Law had its play, right? So COVID hit us, and our primary market at that point was introducing writers to the film industry, introducing fresh stories to the film industry. Film industry में जिसको भी story चाहिए था, जिसको भी writer चाहिए था, we were the first ones they would call. Telugu में, not Bollywood, only in Telugu industry. And the moment COVID hit, the entire film industry went dead for 2 years. And there was no way for us to come back or sustain that timeline. So we had to shut shop with that. Then नया चीज एक्सप्लोर करना तो हमें आदत है, इंजीनियर, कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर है, there's always that drive to learn new things. Then came in the shiny new kid on the block, blockchain. Okay? So obviously कुछ तो करना था blockchain में. So we did something in the blockchain that was also money from day one. So what we created was a stock exchange for entertainment itself. So अगर मुझे बाहुबली में कुछ स्टॉक ओन करना है तो I can invest 10,000 rupees into बाहुबली, and जो भी बाहुबली में पैसा कमाएगा मुझे भी 10,000 इन्वेस्ट करूंगा तो 20,000 रिटर्न करूंगा. So that was the idea, and with which we did that. The whole vision was that the world is going towards the cinematic universe world. There's the DC, there's the Marvel, and all of these cinematic universes. हमारे देश में भी नील यूनिवर्स आ रहा है, प्रशांत वर्मा cinematic universe आ रहा है. So इतने सारे universes आ रहे हैं. So we thought, that is where the world is headed, and that is where there's more money that will be needed to create thousands of these universes. So let's create a stock exchange based on blockchain. Unfortunately, again, we were pushing against a very, very powerful medium. So in India, anything that you do related to money is very, very dicey, very, very highly regulated and all of that. Eventually, we could not figure that out even before we launched. So we had the biggest of the people backing us, So when the IPX, as it was called, right, Intellectual Property Exchange, when we were to launch, the first few projects that were to be launched on the platform were a music album by Agam, were a music album by Thaikudam Bridge, was a movie by Prashant Verma, were a couple of web series by the OTT platform AHA. There's one in the pipeline by Netflix. So we had an extensive lineup of amazing projects that were supposed to come on board with this platform. And we were backed by the likes of Shobu Yarlagata, who is the producer of Bahubali. So we had the best of the best things going on for us and all of that. Despite so much work, we had a beautiful platform, we had a beautiful lineup of projects coming up. We had amazing people who were ready to promote their projects and all of that. And yet, thanks to regulatory hassles, we could not even launch the platform. So वो भी गया भाग. One more year of life gone. Then, while that was happening, another opportunity knocked our door. We were working with AHA. They were desperate to make more and more web series, and there were money coming in from outside markets to help them make more projects. So they said, "ठीक है भाई, चलो नया project छोड़ो. We have an existing library of content. Can you monetize this for us so that we can do much more with this?" So I started being entrepreneur, computer engineer, थोड़ा बहुत जानते हैं. Then we started building a metaverse product. Another beautiful piece of technology. घर पे बैठे बैठे you can become a singer on Indian Idol. That was the promise of that. So again, once more we invested another 9 to 12 months building another amazing product. Right? We launched it. We built up to consumer product नहीं बनाना था. We wanted to build a B2B product. Metaverse and entertainment को लेके B2B बेच लेके. We went to Tata, we went to Mahindra, and they were even buying it. Tata signed up, Mahindra was about to sign up, and then this was at the end of the COVID period when everyone started firing. So the whole idea of this was, we are giving you an HR platform, or we are giving you an entertainment platform where you can engage your entire teams from all over the world. Imagine this, Microsoft has a team in Seattle, one team in Hyderabad, one team in Bangalore. How do you create a team building activity? I'm giving you this beautiful platform. Unfortunately, right at the time we launched, all the companies started firing people. अब तो लोगों को रख रही, they're not even retaining people. How do they spend on that? So that has gone further. So all in all, with every new project, we started something new, something extremely innovative. Be it stock exchange on blockchain, be it metaverse, whatever it might be, extremely innovative, cutting edge technologies, beautifully done products. Everyone started loving it. The only thing we always failed was finding that business case. ऐसा बनाने का तरीका हमेशा फेल करते हैं, and that is where most of my learnings have been. Ideas आते रहेंगे, execution होता रहेगा, but the ultimate thing in running a business was all about making money. With every one of my products, again, it's not that we did try to make money. We evolved our way of making money between each of these products, but every one of them failed. So at this point, I'm still working on a new product. चलो अभी तो AI का ज़माना चल रहा है, तो AI में बनाना ही पड़ेगा. So we just announced I just announced my new product. Hopefully, I'll make some money with this. We have a different model for this and all of that. But that's been my journey. It's purely about business minus the money. That's been the failure story for me, and that is what I'm trying to learn from. Thank you very much.